Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another Waltons review. Here and with me, I got Resolute Germ. How are you doing?
Not too bad. How you doing, girl?
Ah, Mother Nature's PMSing again. Someone needs to really give her some Midol. Oh, is that too soon for YouTube censors?
I think you made it by a couple seconds.
Yeah.
That
Well,
countdown really buys you some time.
oh yeah. So the stream's already been derailed a minute in, but anyhow, we're gonna have to change things up. I cannot do the things the way they used to do because Warner Brothers, because fuck them, they're a bunch of assholes over there, and they don't. I guess they don't like people appreciating their stuff. So I cannot play the clip, so I'll be reading the synapses and stuff. So we start out with the prologue here. Walton's mountain by day was friendly, but by night ghosts seemed to hide in every shadow, and the feeling of something old and mysterious flowed downward on the cold night wind. And if we were walking homeward past the house that was known to be haunted, you couldn't help be, but be a little apprehensive. Now, they just added about 30 words that didn't need to be there. They could have summed it up, but the pad out the episode, but it's good padding. Does that make
Yeah,
sense?
yeah. But they're always a little wordy.
Oh, oops. I should probably have that. So, here we walk past, and apparently he sees a light in there. Then, as soon as he starts whistling, all of a sudden the light goes out. Oh, there it is. A little.
The you are not sharing that.
Oh, oops. There we go. So yeah, we got that little light there. Now, why would I still don't understand why someone would leave a house abandoned for so long? At least rent it out.
No, the rental market wasn't what it was or what it is now.
Yeah. But anyhow, so he starts make that as soon as he starts making noise, the light goes out, and apparently the kids are catching tadpoles. Now, they said some person was selling bullfrog legs to. I think they got their numbers a little bit off here because this is they're. I think they're forgetting it's 1933 instead of 1973 because they said some guy made $600 million just selling frog legs to restaurants. I can understand making a hell of a living doing that, but not no $600 million in 1933. That'd be today's money.
Well, that depends if he is selling to government alongside restaurants. Because the government, even back then, pretty freaking stupid. I mean, they were paying thousands of people to dig ditches and fill them back in.
Oh, that was a little bit different.
Not really. They contributed zero to the economy, and they literally had people dig a ditch, fill it back in. Stimulated zero economic activity. Actually made things a lot worse.
Cause that'd be 13.5 billion dollars, almost 13.6 billion.
In today's money,
Yeah.
you know how much the government shits away on the Department of Education every month?
Yeah. So you think the government was buying his frog legs?
They
Okay.
bought everything else.
All right. Yeah, and that's where. And I think 100 bullfrogs will get him rich. Here, just 1 second. I gotta. This window's cracked open a bit.
And pretty much the only people who would buy a bullfrog, even if they're going to sell frogs' legs to fry them up in some French restaurant, would be the government. An actual restaurant would spend the time to have a quality breeding and farming program for the said frogs.
Yeah. Well, frog legs are quite delicious, actually. Until something with the Obama administration made it impossible for us to get them anymore and sell them at a reasonable price.
Yeah, it's funny how a lot of that started happening under a historic president.
Yeah.
Kind of like they're using it as cover to do stuff they've always wanted to do to fuck you all over.
Yeah. Don't worry. Don't worry. They'll make sure that make. Don't worry. They'll make sure to forget the lube and they'll make sure not to go nice and slow. They'll just ram it right in.
Yep.
So John Boy comes in and he tells them what's going on that he saw. Apparently, there's some kind of ghost or something. So John says after they're done eating supper, they're going to check it out because apparently he promised Dave Pendleton that he was going to keep an eye on that place, even though it's been like 9 years and this is the first time we ever hear about it.
Yep. Well, John keeps his promises, even if the guy might be dead somewhere.
Oh, don't spoil the episode. Alrighty. So they go in, and he has the key. Then he just calls her young lady. Then she runs off. And apparently they could spot her in the dark. Apparently they got raccoon vision or something. Well, I guess it's not that dark out. I guess maybe they got a full moon or something.
A lot of shooting at dusk and near dawn. Cameras at the
Yeah.
time, the resolution, if you're actually filming at night, unless you had spotlights everywhere, it's not picking up anything.
Yeah. And apparently she ran away from home, and I think she just wanted to see where her dad and her mom used to all live and stuff. But apparently they haven't seen her for like since she's a wee little lad or lady, young girl, like 9 years ago.
Lost.
Lass, a wee little lass. Sorry, I'm getting my Irish mixed up.
Yeah,
And
I assume
apparently,
they moved away when the mother died.
yeah. Apparently she's used to being alone and stuff. This is all pretty good stuff in that. And she's buttering up to Elizabeth there. They named a tat frog after her. And this is where John Boy says that she's the prettiest girl she'd ever seen. Like, are they forgetting something? Like, uh, Ella May was it? What I thought was better looking than her. That well, it's okay. She's better looking than the actress. And and all
Yeah,
that.
but you're forgetting one thing. That was months ago. This is right now, and she's the one right in front of him right now.
Yeah,
Ain't no prettier face than the one you're staring at.
for the day.
Yeah. Well, when you're 17.
Alrighty, uh, so I think that she ran away. Then she's amazed that everybody says goodnight to everybody. She goes, "Is it like this every night?" Yeah, yeah. It's kind of a pretty funny moment there, and this just makes her happy. The Waltons, they're used to it, but this seems. Now, I didn't know dogs had two different types of barks. That's I want my breakfast bark or the someone's coming bark. You think they'd hear the truck pull up if it's someone. So if someone was coming up, you think you'd hear the sheriff coming. It's. I suppose guess he figures if anybody knows anything, it'd be John.
Yep. Well, there's a reason the mountain's named after him, and it's not just because his ancestors founded the place.
Yeah. So he comes in and goes, yeah, you remember old Dave Pendleton? Apparently, what's her face? Jenny there ran away. Thinks it may have come up here. Have you seen her? Yeah, she's right upstairs. Well, there, my job's done. I've done. That's the easiest freaking search I've ever had.
Hey, it's nice when the town folk do your job for you.
Yeah. Oh, did you know that that in real life, the guy who plays John Boy and the gal that plays Jenny were actually dating?
Not surprising.
Yeah. All right. So. Yeah, that's when we find out her dad got remarried. And they're gonna apparently she's like scrambled eggs. And she's gonna stay with them for a while. But they don't tell her Sheriff Briggs was just there looking. Or
No need to rush things. They know she'd admit it in her own good time.
yeah. Then Grandma's trying to get her to go old school here by wearing a bonnet. Yeah, but yet Grandma never wears them.
Well, Grandma's not trying to attract the young man's attention. She knew
Yeah.
exactly what she was doing when she put that bonnet on that girl. She's looking to have John Boy fall in love and forget all about that writing stuff.
Oh, that's when they tell her that she ran away. And apparently she's gonna clean and do all the chores and all that. So they let her stay there. And apparently, John Boy said he'd take her to the top of the mountain. Like I still don't know why the ancestors would settle at the top of the mountain instead of at the base of the mountain.
Depending on how stable the mountain is.
But still, I'd rather be at the base of it than at the top of it.
Where do you think the flood's going to happen?
Well, you need a wind block though.
Well, that's what the 12-foot tall chimney's for.
Yeah, apparently she thinks she's just gonna be one of the family. They all like her though. Then
Yeah.
John Boy's writing, and she goes and tells John Boy all they want, and he plays her. He plays a really beautiful song on the what do they call it, a dulcimer.
Something like that.
Oh yeah, he's supposed to be doing his chores or something. Oh yeah, this is how they talk about how he wants to be. Apparently, his mother told him all about it. I wish I could play this. Those are really good scenes. Apparently, he can't afford one, but the old man lets him borrow one every once in a while.
Yeah, just as long as he polishes it up, puts another coat of lacquer on it.
Yeah. So that's an actual love song. Then they're listening to some. Is actually a pretty good news program on the radio there. When oh behold, Dave Pendleton comes and gets introduced to the family with Eula. I still don't know how I feel about some of these old time names. It's especially bad with the Baldwins, but even now you'll never see someone named Eula.
Not in this country. I'll be right back.
What country do you think it's from?
Probably Hungarian, somewhere in that area.
Well, I suppose that makes sense.
I'll be right back.
Alrighty. Yeah, so yeah, you get these old time names there. It's really bad with the Baldwins, but then you get like Eula. We did have some Hungarian gypsies here. Oh, I suppose about 10 episodes ago or so. So yeah, they're introduced to the family there. They and this scene here was really good. He goes, she's too old to spank, too young to go in jail. He doesn't know what to do with her. And she goes, "How about a kiss?" And she apologizes for making him worry and stuff. But you think there to be some kind of punishment for her. But oh yeah, oh, um, there's a little bit of trivia I was gonna. Okay, yeah, I got to remember to. This is an Emmy-winning, award-winning episode here. So yeah, they're all happy. They're gonna they're gonna take her back to the house because John Boy's gonna take her to the top of the mountain tomorrow. She's gonna come do the dishes. Let's see what she has planned for tomorrow. Do the breakfast dishes there. Go to the top of the mountain. And I can't remember what the third thing is that she was gonna do and stuff. But so yeah. So I say bye. They're looking at a picture of their mother there, and Eula's getting accustomed to her and all that. This was some really. They have a little heart to heart. Because apparently she asked like why they ran away. She goes, "I thought it'd be back before you guys did because they came back from the honeymoon early to spend time with her," which was really nice of them and all that. Then apparently she's in love. She tells him she's in love with John Boy, and she gives her a tour of the house. And she's back, and you know what? I really like this scene. I wish I could play it, but fuck Warner Brothers. I'm gonna call them out on. I think I should call them out on Twitter. Who knows? Maybe I'll get some written permission from them. Yeah, right. But no, it's kind of funny that they talk about how they met. Apparently, they known each other their whole lives. They didn't really fall in love until in high school. There, he called Livy there. She was just a little too prissy for his taste there, and she said he was a heathen. He didn't even go to Sunday school. This was just a nice, playful banter back and forth there. They started dating when she lost her prissiness and stuff. And he goes, she says, "You're checking out every girl." He goes, "I just wanted to make sure I had the most beautiful one." So it's like they're playfully going back and forth and all that. And he does a little sucker up, just so he knows he's getting laid that night type deal. you know, I think they kind of figured out what's going on. Yeah. And she talks about how much she loves this family in the house. And see, that's the one thing I probably mention this every episode here, but this is the good nature of the Waltons. There, they always let people come in and they feed them, and help them out, and they always change the piece and for the better. You back there, Jim?
Yeah.
Okay.
This is sort of the part. I don't know if it was written away or the actress was a little high strung, but especially when she's talking to the parents, she really overplays it. Like she is desperate.
No, I think she doesn't want. I think she's just like she doesn't want to accept her new stepmom. Her
Maybe,
stepmom,
but
her new stepmom could be the nicest person in the world, but in her eyes, she is what's her name from Cinderella? What's the stepmother's name in freaking Cinderella, the evil one?
they don't properly give her a name.
Yeah, In her eyes, she's the stepmother from Cinderella, but she could be the nicest person in the world. She just doesn't want
Yeah.
to accept. She just doesn't want to accept it. Is all.
You'd think that'd come across when they actually meet, though.
I thought she met her before.
I'm into episode.
Oh,
They get on pretty well.
maybe all the emotions just flood back at once. That maybe because she's fine. It's like, oh, her dad finally moved on type deal. From it overwhelmed her. Her dad's finally
Yeah,
moved on and got married again.
maybe.
So I didn't think she overplayed it too much. Then he asks his dad needs him today. He's like, yeah, I could use you, but he doesn't want him to break a promise to a pretty girl.
Dad
Oh,
being a great wingman.
yeah, and here's the mother being the old C block. You gotta take your brothers and sisters with you, aren't you?
It's
Lol.
22 minutes in, you can say cock block.
Oh, I kid. All right. Yeah, the mother's being a cock block. Oh, I've already said worse on this during the stream. So yeah. I guess that's one. I guess that's one bright side to having a lot of kids.
Yep.
So apparently they're gonna fill up. See, it must be cold out yet still, because you kind of notice it like a little bit of a snow, like layer, like a small snow layer on the ground later on.
Yeah.
But they dig a hole and they fill it up with water, so the ground either has to be frozen there because the water did not dry up into the ground when they filled
But
it up with water.
that wouldn't happen until late spring and summer.
Yeah, so yeah, there's snow on the ground still.
Yeah, I'd say they're probably in late March, early April.
Yeah, in the water. The rivers have to be or the lake has to be thawed out for them to catch the tadpoles. So that'd be awfully damn cold to catch tadpoles in. This would be awfully cold weather for frogs. I guess that just
Yeah,
doesn't
but
make sense to me.
I'd say when they go up into the mountains, when you see a lot of the snow, there's not really any down there. Elevation has a big effect on it.
Yeah, but still, you think this weather? If there's snow on the ground, you think it'd be too cold for frogs and tadpoles
You never know.
because
That
frogs are
does
cold
sound a
blooded.
bit. Yeah, but still, I don't know. We've had those little SOBs croaking around here late into November, early December.
Yeah. So they must be really stretching it. They're really stretching that right there then. Very stretching it. So, yep. Now they all declined. Thank you. I asked them. They all said they didn't want to go, and so they put the water in there. And apparently, I didn't think the muddiness would matter there.
It actually helped them.
Yeah. So here they are at the old place there. This is where his first ancestors settled down. Apparently, they built a damn good fireplace.
Yeah.
Because what you reckon, huh? Let's see, this is 1933. They're in Virginia, so early 1800s? Late 8 or late
I'd say
1700s?
that's at least a good 100 years old.
Yeah, at least. But wait, I was thinking maybe closer to 150.
Possible.
Because they're the first ones to settle that mountain, so they got to be one of the first settlers there.
It did take a while to spread out.
Yeah, but they still have to be one of the first. So they talk about them. Apparently, his name was Rome, and her name was Rebecca Ann. They This was really funny watching them. They're acting it out, and how he doesn't want V's steak. He wants board. She throws it out there. Yeah, it was real funny. And they start making out and dry humping each other on the, in front of the fireplace there.
I'm surprised they didn't push it a little farther.
And it didn't surprise me with Walton's Mountain here, or with the Walton. It didn't surprise me because they wanted to keep it very family friendly, and this is 1973 censors. So yeah, so he's singing, I'm guessing these are days passing on. They're singing and singing and more singing and more singing. He's singing a love song to her. I can't play because fuck Warner Brothers. This way he talks to his dad there. Then he asks him about love and stuff. And he's still in love with Livy and stuff. John Boy smiles. So it's kind of like this was supposed to be the dad and John Boy heart to heart. Nobody else needs to know a damn thing. This was a great scene, but you know, dad dad has to spill the beans, telling the whole
I would have
family that.
done one thing different.
What's that?
He told John Boy to go over there right now. Should have told him just to ease up a bit, not go off warp speed into the whole infatuation. Take it nice, slow, maybe Mach 20. Because right now
Yeah.
he's going the speed of light.
Sometimes you just gotta let things crash and burn. And that's the one thing they say. John Boy's in love. You think they'd be able to figure it out when they ask, "Who is it, Daddy?" Well, who do you think? You gotta put two and two together. I did notice one thing though. Aaron wasn't so insufferable this week.
Didn't really do anything.
Yeah, that's my point. Then apparently, Grandma there doesn't remember the last time Grandpa kissed her, so he just plants a big old fat one on her lips there, and she goes, "You old fool!"
No, that's what she was fishing for.
Yeah, and
He
it's
probably
got
did that morning.
yeah. All right then. Oh wait, his grandma was telling him that they should slow down and stuff.
Grandma has a good point. You don't want any mistakes. How you think there's 7 of you kids?
Yeah, yeah. There. All right, that's about as much as I'll play because of the censors. And that's what she goes, "You old fool." Then she talks about forever. And they're talking about how wonderful it is. And apparently Eula smokes there, and they're out of cigarettes, so they're gonna go find some.
Doesn't matter if it was cigarettes. She may want a soda pop. It's get in the car, you old fool. Your daughter got a date.
Oh, you think they left so that she could go out on the date?
Yep.
Got less some alone time.
Get her some alone time and then spend some time buttering up Pops to say, we should probably stay here for a while.
Okay. Then apparently there's a raccoon. Apparently raccoons eat tadpoles.
Tadpoles, tin cans, pretty much anything they can get their grubby little mitts on.
Yeah. Then Mary Ellen wants the old shotgun for the raccoon, and you go, this is where this is keeps the theme. You don't kill unless you have to, like for food and stuff. He figures that the hoe will be enough to scare that raccoon off, so she can stay guard all night. And here they're making out dry humping on the in front of the old chimney again. They're talking about all the places they can live, and she wants a life just like John Boy has at Walton Place. And all that.
Pretty convenient because that's pretty much the life she has with her father. And the same life everyone within probably a good 25 to 50 miles of that place has.
Yeah. Then let's see. Here's kind of like he reads a poem, but it's kind of indicative of the story. He's when he says nothing sadder than a whippoorwill's call for the mate, and the mate doesn't answer. Yeah. So they're totally in love with each other there. Then John Boy takes her home. One last sticking each other's tongues in each other's mouths. And apparently she said she'll be over first thing in the morning. Then Sheriff Briggs comes in. Apparently everybody was sleeping. This is when we find out that they hit. He said like a big loader or something. That I'm guessing they hit a semi.
Yeah.
There he died on impact. The other one was able to get. They were able to get her to Charlottesville. Did they have CBs back then?
33? I'm not entirely sure. I don't think so.
Here, I'll Google it real quick. Oh, 1945. So nope, they wouldn't have had radios in the truck or not. So either they crashed real close to someone's house, or someone came along pretty damn fast that the mother survived. If it was bad enough to kill the father. Oops.
I think probably got T-boned. He took the direct impact. She may have gotten tossed from the vehicle.
Yeah, but still, that's still a pretty damn hard enough hit there that someone would have had to come along pretty damn quickly to get help. It had to have been a very convenient spot, because this ain't like nowadays where everybody has cell phones and there's anywhere you go, you're within relatively close distance of something.
Yeah, if she was hurt that bad.
Well, she had a bandage. Really,
yeah. I mean, she could probably had a concussion.
Yeah. So apparently, goes to tell her. She tried to tell Jenny, but she ran off. And the one thing I would have changed is John Boy had to go out looking. This is when the sheriff or John said, "Well, let's gather up a posse. We'll set up a search team and start searching the mountains." Say there's and then have John Boy know exactly where she went. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Just one little line saying we'll set up a posse and we'll get a search team going. Instead of just one person going out and looking.
Yeah, they all, both John and John Boy and the sheriff, I believe, went out looking for her. I think the whole forming a posse scene would have taken up a little bit longer time, and as probably about 2 or 3 minutes they could easily cut down.
Okay. Maybe it's in a deleted scene or something.
Yeah, deleted scene is alternate. The way they did it probably saved time for the runtime of the episode.
Yeah. And here she's just staring off into space, and she keeps staring off into space there. Mother comes to relieve him. They all just keep watch on her. Everybody's worried. they're gonna call the doctor. He tells them she's just in shock. She's not processing it, and apparently, what she needs is all that. He'll stop by tomorrow, type deal.
Hope he
And he
brings a
said that,
belt with him.
yeah. And he sends everybody. Then Grandpa sends them all out. Go, let's go check on your tadpole farm there. And he goes, Grandma, you too. So it just leaves Livy, John Boy, and John in the house there. While everybody else goes out. They're just staring ahead. He's
Give the
trying to
old
talk
man
to her.
credit. He knows how and when to clear a room.
Yeah. Then here, apparently, all their tap. See, the time must have been flying. They must have done like a lot of flying through, like especially with that song there. A lot of
Yeah.
days passing by because the frogs were tree frogs. And they're all up in the tree now. They're making a wonderful noise and goes, and this grandma says, you may have lost $600 million, Mary Ellen, but just listen to that music. I would have taken the $600 million.
Or at least
It,
enough money to burn down that tree full of noisy frogs.
yeah. Well, you don't. All you need is the penny for the gas and the match. So
That's
yeah,
about how much those frogs are worth.
yeah. Then they're gonna go catch the right tadpoles. So here they're saying everybody's good night, and this is when she finally moves, and she wakes up and she just starts crying some more, break down. This is when we find out that they're gonna move away. I'm guessing they're moving back to Richmond. They're gonna sell this house. I'm guessing.
Yeah.
And Jenny went and bought him Dusseldorf uh,
Dusseldorf,
or just a sec,
mandolin.
or
I
just a
don't
sec.
freaking know.
Uh, uh, I got it here somewhere. Oh, it's called an Appalachian dulcimer. It's an Appalachian dulcimer.
I'm just gonna
Oh,
call it a Dusseldorf because I could pronounce that, and I don't really care enough to pronounce it right.
yeah. And apparently she wanted to stay happy till the very end there, so she didn't tell him. So she goes out and
Smart
finds
move.
him. She goes out and finds him on the hilltop there.
This is a
And
very
apparently,
smart move on her part.
that's the best one that he's ever made. Now, I would have made a scene like her signing, like writing some kind of note on the back of it. Taking 10 seconds to show her writing like a love note on the back of it, like I'll never forget you, blah blah blah, like a goodbye love note. And don't you forget about me. But here they're telling him don't go chasing off other pioneer women or chasing other pioneer women. And this way we'll find out what she wants to be happy. So now he has his very own dulcimer. Yep. And they call him Roman Becky Ann again. Yeah. Here they're singing again. Okay. So pretty much it can stop that.
Uh,
What?
yeah, nothing really relevant
Yeah.
after that.
Now we're at the epilogue here. Jenny has come into our lives again, but the promises we made to each other were not to be kept. Still, her name and her face are remembered in our house, and the memory of Jenny is as sad and as sweet as the cry of a night bird drifting across the new green fields of spring. Okay, that's the epilogue. Now, did you know this episode had 2 Emmy Awards?
No, I did not.
No, wait, it was nominated for 2 Emmy Awards. I don't know if they won. One
Good
was
for
for
them.
There's one for Lee Phillips as best director. Another one was for Earl Hammer Jr.'s as best writer.
Yeah, pretty good.
I'll take this episode against a lot of shit that's written today.
It's not really a fair fight because the writers of today are retarded, illiterate, and all around subhuman scum.
Hey, if I'm going to get in a fight, I'm taking the cheap shot to the nuts first just so I know I'll win.
Well, nowadays, it's not always a guarantee.
Hey, a kick in the cooch hurts too, from what I understand.
Well, if they happen to be of a certain community that YouTube really doesn't like you mentioning in any type of disparaging way,
yeah,
they may not be packing anything.
Yeah, Matt Walsh just got purged from YouTube.
Matt Walsh will do fine. He has, I think, Daily Wire, huge Rumble account.
Yeah. All YouTube is doing is creating an echo chamber. So I'm gonna give it. I wasn't really bored, and this one kind of hit the feelers. They're pretty good. Like they did stretch out that one scene a little bit there in the tadpole things. Kind of that's really pushing the timeline there. So I'm gonna give it an A minus. If they didn't push the timeline, if they will shorten up that sadness thing maybe up a little bit more, I might have given it a higher grade, but I'm going to give it an A minus to get still. What about you?
I'm going to go B plus. The only real complaint I have was the guest actress played the role a little bit over the top at times. It's like she was desperate to be part of the family, but when they brought in the new stepmom, they didn't show any real animosity between the two.
Not good. Fair point. Pretty good episode. All right. Would it be all right if tomorrow we do Babylon 5 at noon instead of 6?
12 your time?
Yeah, so that'd be 10 your time. Right after Saturday morning cartoons.
Yeah, I can do that.
Alrighty.
I just have something to do at 1 o'clock my time.
Oh.
But should be done by that time.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, definitely be done by that time.
Yeah, so. Alright, so. What you were watching Wing Commander or tomorrow?
Wing Commander Academy.
Wing Commander Academy, tomorrow's cartoon. Alrighty. That's at 8 o'clock Pacific time. Alright, as for me, I'm going to stream another one tonight. I think I might do a gaming one because I feel like gaming, and I really don't feel like listening to a couple live streams there that I normally do, but I'll swing into them while I'm playing and say hi and stuff. But I'm in a big war right now, so. And my problem with the Rome Total War right now, I'm still playing like I have it on easy when I up the difficulty level.
So you're just barreling in head first?
Pretty much.
That's usually the most entertaining.
Well, oh yeah. I don't know if you were watching like last night. Thomas was like, why don't you just wait till you got the advantage? I was like, it's fun, but I still trying to figure out how to make the countdown video. I'm trying to make a countdown video for that. Maybe I'll there with yeah. So check out. I'll try to have another stream tonight here a little bit. I gotta get something to eat. And then let's see. Tomorrow noon for Babylon 5. So hey, how'd you like that thumbnail for Sunday?
Very appropriate.
Yeah. I couldn't think of another line to put in there. I was like, oh shit, I gotta do that one. That'll catch people's attention. there. So yeah, we're watching Spaceballs on Sunday there, just so I can have another line for the from the movie, so Germ won't get on a plane and smack me here. So I got that one already posted. Then uh, see Monday of the pop culture curators for um, Lost in Space. Uh, Tuesdays I can't remember which we still have. I still have to check out the poll for that. Wednesday, four more episodes of End of the Fucking World. Then I think after the End of the Fucking World, we'll check out the 5 episodes of 5 Minutes to Midnight. There's only
Sounds good.
5 episodes. It sounds like it's really interesting. The guy finds out he's gonna die in like 5 days from a police report. It sounds kind of interesting. Yeah, it was made about 20 years ago, so all the better.
I saw a movie like that, but I don't remember a TV show.
Okay. And then the Waltons episode we got next is oh shoot. I should have had this Googled up already. I should have had this pulled up on Google already. Let's see, love story. The courtship. It's springtime, and Olivia's uncle Cody comes to visit. During the stay, Grandpa and John Boy decide to matchmake, helping Uncle Cody find love.
Yeah, that's not going to go horribly wrong.
No, that this one sounds. I don't think I'll be. Well, we'll find out if no. We'll find out how good it is. It doesn't sound like it'd be the most exciting episode.
Let's see if Uncle Cody winds up with a lesbian trans hooker and doesn't find out until after the paycheck.
That sounds like 2022 like it would be written in 2022.
And hello, Lemon Pie. If you're just getting in at the end.
Yeah, I don't know how exciting it'll be, but we'll figure it out. Yeah, thank you, Lemon Pie. We just wrapped up, but we just wrapped it up. We gave our scores and stuff, but we had a real fun time reviewing this here. So you might want to check it out on the replay there. But I did have to change up the way I do this because I'm gonna say it again, and I'm gonna call them out on Twitter too. Fuck Warner Brothers. But anyhow, thank you for coming, Lemon Pie. I will be streaming here. Give me about half an hour, and I'll be playing Rome Total War. So with that, you guys have a good night, and remember to be a gorilla.